Hello again, this is Brave Sir Robin coming to you from Parts Unknown here with my stablemates, Mean Mike Machine and Keith. And last time we were here, we talked about WrestleMania 27 and our predictions of that. We're going to talk about one of the other events of the weekend. It's become a big deal now over the past few years. We have the WWE Hall of Fame. We're going to talk about some of the inductees and probably do some predictions of who we think might go in next year, who we think should go in next year, and see how it goes. So the first one they announced this year, Shawn Michaels. What do you think of that?
Oh yeah, this is a great way to end it. I mean,
Yeah.
if it proves that he's probably going to stay retired from ring action, why not, right? Shouldn't see him with Ric Flair too. This one after his retirement match was the same year with the Hall of Fame. So
Yep.
that works.
Yeah, I thought he was the obvious choice. I mean, last year when he retired, you're like, oh yeah, he's going in next year. So yeah.
I never thought that, but at the same time, it's pretty cool that he is.
Yeah. Plus, he's one of the last few headliners they have for it. Of the guys who could headline the Hall of Fame, do that final speech.
Yeah.
I mean, besides him, who's left to do that now? We have maybe Randy Savage, Sting, or
That's
Taker.
like as soon as they announced HBK as now, for sure you're not going to hear Sting be in the Hall of Fame. For sure you're not going to hear Savage in the Hall of Fame this year because it wouldn't make no sense to put them in the Hall of Fame this year. And if by some chance Sting is the main event for next year, Savage won't be in the Hall of Fame next year.
Could be.
Yeah, I guess it's his career deserves it. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, no,
As long as he's done.
Yeah.
I just think if he's not done, then it's just kind of bullshit.
It was good seeing him on Raw last time though.
Oh yeah, that last promo was good too. And it'll be a good speech too. Now the one I'm most excited about, it took them a long time to do it, and I'm glad they finally got around to it. The Road Warriors, and what the coolest touch to that is to me, is the fact that they're also inducting Paul Ellering with them.
I kind of thought too, if Hawk was still alive, the Road Warriors would qualify to be a headliner of a Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
If Hawk was still alive, we'd never been inducted.
Oh, no
because
doubt.
of who they were.
Like to have come up do their speech, Paul Ellering and will do their thing, tell him Hawk, well, that would have been great. Yeah. I mean, I don't know who will be accepting on Hawk's behalf, but to see like Animal and Paul Ellering up there would be worth it alone.
I'd say it'd just be those two.
Yeah.
Saying,
Probably like, I don't know if he has kids or not or something, but probably someone from his family will like take a plaque or something. But
I'm sure you'll have some Hawks fans won't be in the crowd, but if you got Hillary and Animal up there, I don't think you need anybody on Hawks' behalf because they'll be there on Hawks' behalf.
yeah, true too. I mean, yeah, they're practically related anyway. I mean, you
Yeah.
might as well call them that. I think it's cool too because I remember a couple of years ago when wrestling was in Chicago, I was like, why didn't they induct them that year? But Animal was on the active roster then, so that's why they didn't. But then I was like, well, what took them so long every other year? But I'm glad they're finally doing it now. I mean, they deserve it without a shadow of a doubt. Now going from...
You can kind of see the way that when they announced them all, they capped it, right? They started with HBK and then they did all the other names and then they capped it with the Road Warriors.
Yeah.
So it was...
Yeah, to leave people happy on a good note, that's true. That's actually what I was going to get to next. You go from an entry everybody's excited about and everybody no doubt deserves it. Now Drew Carey being inducted in the Hall of Fame. What?
I mean, if you need celebrity, I think I find it funny to put celebrities in there anyways, but I know because celebrities do stuff with wrestling a lot, like over the years and stuff, especially at Mania time. So for that part of it, I can see. I can't argue too much with Drew Carey being in there. I just don't like really the idea of celebrities being in there in general.
In general, it's stupid.
Yeah.
But if they're going to do it, at least they have a logical reason for doing it.
I could understand if they put Lawrence Taylor because he main evented at WrestleMania against Bam Bam, and I can understand if they put Mr. T in it because he main evented at WrestleMania and he was at one of the key matches at WrestleMania 2.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, you know. And I think I don't know if it's never been confirmed, but the rumors that Bob Barker's going to induct him.
Yeah, yeah. It sounds like they're just doing it because Vince McMahon wants to be Price is Right references to the Hall of Fame for some reason. I mean, I understand the point of celebrity winning. I mean, Pete Rose, I can point at and justify. Refrigerator Perry, I can kind of justify.
Well, actually,
Bob
if
Uecker.
you can justify Refrigerator Perry, you can justify
Drew Carey. Drew Carey was in the Royal Rumble.
He was in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that's it too. But like Bill Apter said too, like now this pretty much opens the door for like anybody who ever was a guest host is now eligible. Yeah, Snooki's now eligible for Hall of Fame.
Snooki is now eligible for the
So let me think about that.
Hall of
David
Fame.
Arquette.
Yeah, I could deal with David Arquette to be honest.
Well,
Because now we can talk about him winning world champion and doesn't put that bad taste in my mouth as when it happened. Because now it's like old news now. But
Yeah, I mean they've even referenced it in WWE, made a joke out of it, so it's fine now. Like at the time that was an outrage, but not so bad now.
Right.
And also going with their yearly promoter, we have Bullet Bob Armstrong. I think that's a pretty cool
Oh
one.
yeah.
I think
yeah.
that's a really, considering that they're going outside their brand
Yeah.
to grab someone and to acknowledge what he's done for the business.
Next year, Jerry
That's-
Jarrett.
Well, like,
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
but what I'm saying is, they're acknowledging other facets of the business
Yeah.
that they don't own, or you know what I mean, that they never control. So that's a good thing. Gives a little bit of legitimacy to their Hall of Fame.
Who do you think's inducting them?
Scott.
Oh, the way I heard, it's going to be all the Armstrong boys.
Even Jesse?
Yeah.
Like as in Road Dogg?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Well, means he might even get a ticket for WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
probably the closest that an Armstrong's gotten. So, I mean, well, let's,
Which Armstrong is referee?
Scott.
Is he's referee for WWE too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't say
Oh, yeah.
TNA, but that was gone. I was wild with him.
Yeah. But I think it's cool. My first thought when I heard Bullet Bob was being inducted was, this is the end of the Armstrong curse.
Or is it?
Yeah, where is it?
The Armstrong curse started after Bullet Bob.
Yeah, really, it was his sons.
And for some reason it neglected Road Dogg because he had a pretty damn good career out of it. But
Yeah, that's good too.
But yeah, I think in all fairness, like him or not like him, Road Dogg could have had a better career.
Yeah, he shot
He-
himself
yeah.
in
could
a lot
have.
of
But
ways.
if there was an Armstrong curse, I think it'd skip Road Dogg.
Yeah. Till the end.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And also, some people call it controversial because she's pretty young, Sunny, but I think she deserves
Oh
it.
yeah, she's not on weekly TV or anything like that. Just maybe technically she's retired from it all, other than posing naked with Missy Hyatt on
Yeah,
websites.
yeah.
But so yeah,
Turn down how much from Playboy?
Playboy
Yeah.
did this. Apparently she's making good money at it, but yeah, I seen the Missy
It's not in
Sunny
her
shoot.
prime.
I seen the Missy Sunny shoot. Never
Oh.
talked about it.
Oh, God.
And yeah, and I know it was kind of old because Frischkin did it was still alive apparently, but no, but yes, I definitely deserves it. At least she looks young enough and hot enough to be there to deserve it too,
Well,
right? So-
I think she's inspirational enough too. I mean,
Yeah.
her life was in the utter shits for a bit, and then she pulled out of it.
and
so-
she put on a shitload of weight.
yeah, and then she,
And she
you know,
lost all
she
that.
was sick, and then
From what
all stuff happened.
And from what I understand now, she's back in semi form. So.
Yeah, really. And also, this one I think it's pretty cool. At first, I kind of reacted really strangely, but I don't. When I'm thinking about it, I thought this is a good idea. Jim Duggan.
Oh sure,
I
like
think, yeah.
he definitely had. When at the time he was at his peak in WWE, he was mega popular.
Yeah.
And if the bar is lowered by Coco Beware, it's not like
Until Drew Carey.
he's not a
There's
wrestling
no
talent.
real comparison to
You
Coco
can't even
Beware
count
and
Drew
Jim
Carey
Duggan.
with that conversation. Like if Coco Beware is in the Hall of Fame and that's where the bar is, Duggan's way above that.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, but he's done more than the 2x4 with the flag stick
Yeah, but
to
Vincent,
say,
yeah.
oh, I mean, like,
No
he's
doubt,
had,
but
he's had an
that's
awesome career. It's
Yeah.
like Ted DiBiase.
even if WWE first Royal Rumble winner, cancer survivor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
But like,
that's
look at Ted DiBiase in the WWE, right?
former king.
Look, if all you ever knew about Ted DiBiase was what you've seen watching WWF growing up, some rich guy throwing money and bought himself a belt, never really did anything except for hold tag team titles. But he had an awesome career
Yeah.
long before he ever made it.
But I mean,
And Jim Duggan's kind of the same thing.
but that's true too, and all that too means he deserves it. But I think if you look outside of Hacksaw's career, just say by some chance his career didn't start to WWE, he did enough there to justify
Yeah,
it.
fair
And
enough.
that's same thing with
Definitely.
DiBiase too.
Yeah.
He was the main
Top
heel
heel
and the main
years.
heel and Hogan's foil for a long time.
Yeah.
okay. And another one. Speaking of going outside, Abdullah the Butcher.
Oh yeah, for a guy I don't even think really wrestled for Vince McMahon, at least not Junior anyways, he
Yeah.
might have for Senior back in the day, but he did it, I don't think he wrestled for Junior, and big in Japan, and
Big
he
everywhere.
was a draw. I don't think the guy ever left his feet.
Yeah,
But unless he fought Bruce or Brody, then
but
he might have.
he's one of
So
those
I'm pretty
guys.
sure none of them no sell to each other.
I think
anyway.
Lance Storm tells a story about hip tossing him, or no, monkey flipping
Mm.
Abdullah.
But Abdullah the Butcher is one of those guys that you don't have to be the biggest, deepest wrestling fan to have heard of him.
Yeah,
So his name carries a bit of weight.
Yeah, I mean, he is a legend, not a
he's a legend, but a lot of his legend stuff outside of Japan was all in territory.
Yeah,
Because I know he had a run WCW, but most people forgot about that.
that was the
anyways.
nature of the business then too. I mean, that's how
Yeah.
you keep it fresh, especially with the limits he had. I mean, that's what you had to
I
do.
think his biggest stage in North America would have been when he was in WCW, but that's almost forgotten about now.
Like
anyways.
that Halloween cage match. With,
Exactly, when he electric chair.
Yeah. But still, he teamed with Sting in Lethal Lottery, then turned on him right away. That was
Yeah,
classic too.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's this year's Hall of Fame. I think it looks like Drew Carey withstanding looks like a pretty solid class.
Would you stop pissing on Drew Carey?
It's a celebrity. It wouldn't matter who it was.
Yeah. So, what do you think about next year?
Snooki.
They seem to always have like this.
Snooki.
Yeah. They always seem to have a pattern. So I'm gonna just go with the pattern. Who do you think's the headliner?
I'm looking Macho Man.
Macho Man or Sting?
I don't know. I think Sting might have burned his bridge now.
I don't think so.
Well, not burnt it, but I mean for next year.
Yeah, but
For next year, yeah.
See, everything.
How long does TNH?
Everything were about Sting. There might have been no talks at all for him to do that in the first place.
Yeah.
So I'm just chopping it up as he's got a good shot of it next year. Anything. All depends on where he's standing with TNA.
I'll go with Macho Man too, though. I mean, him appearing in that video game and appearing in a commercial, that was a big stride. I mean,
Yeah.
And I think Vince McMahon, by putting out a DVD and doing stuff like that, is realizing the fans are still interested in the Macho Man. So I think it'll be him too.
And I think just somebody got just as much chance of a Sting of being in it next year or the year after. It could be Mick Foley too.
That's true too.
Mick Foley's always a possibility.
Yeah, and he could headline one too. I think.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, every year there's a tag team. What do you think next year?
Wow.
I don't see Hart Foundation because I don't think Bret Hart will go twice.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Only way they do Hart Foundation if they do Hart Foundation as a collective group. I mean,
Yeah, but-
everyone who's ever
Jimmy
been
Hart's already
considered.
there too.
You're talking Anvil, Owen Hart.
Bulldog.
Is Owen Hart?
How about the
No,
Bulldogs?
Bulldogs would qualify for sure.
Bulldogs would be good.
Bulldogs would be good.
I'm also going to think Horseman,
Yeah,
Arn and Tully.
but the thing is, I wouldn't put that. Both of them deserve it by themselves.
Yeah. So Bulldogs then.
Yeah, because
Assuming
Well,
Dynamite
yeah.
Kid is, it depends on him.
yeah,
It's like it's hard to do the Four Horsemen too. Because
Yeah.
Four Horsemen is another one of those things. There's so many people
Unless-
involved.
unless-
Well, you had to specify that team.
unless
but-
they break the mold of having inducted the same person twice, you're not
Yeah.
going to see the Hart
Yeah.
Foundation because
No.
Jimmy Hart's already in, Bret Hart's already in it,
Yeah. See,
and you won't see the Four Horsemen as unit because Flair's already in it.
Yeah, and you can't induct the Horsemen as a group because that would mean inducting Chris Benoit. That's not going to happen.
No.
Yeah.
And Paul Roma and Mongo. Sid can go in on his own.
And Mongo go in celebrity win.
Yeah, maybe he's justifiable now.
Yeah.
Okay, every year a promoter. Who do you think? I'm going to go on a controversial pick. Paul Heyman.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that, but that makes
I know you
sense.
said
too.
Jerry Jarrett earlier.
Jarrett, Stu Hart.
He's already there.
Oh, he's already there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right, last year. I don't know, I'm trying to think what else. Even I think if you go back far enough, if they've had like Jeff Jarrett's grandmother was one too.
Yeah, that could be too.
Was old time promoter and pretty tough as nails.
That's more than possible. Or even
And Jim
somebody-
Cornette's definitely qualified, but he can go.
he doesn't want to. Yeah.
He doesn't want to, but so I don't know what things. He can go under either manager or promoter.
This year they did it as usually there's either a manager and a woman. This year they did both. We're going to separate it again. A manager.
Manager?
Posthumously Oliver Humperdinck.
Maybe.
Or maybe Paul Heyman again.
Yeah.
Maybe every category Paul Heyman.
Yeah, really.
And Mick Foley and have
Oliver
and
Humperdinck
have
would do
Paul
that.
Heyman introduce him.
It's ECW Hall of Fame.
ECW Hall of Fame.
I mean, if Jim
They
Cornette
funked it already into any function thing.
if Jim Cornette won't accept an induction, who's really left? Percy Pringle?
Yep.
Actually, yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going with
Yeah.
Percy Pringle.
Yep. Or Paul Bearer. Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, no, same guy. Speaking of which, Percy Pringle's on this week's NWA Wrestling from Hollywood.
Oh, yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
Okay, and every year there's a woman. Not a whole lot left now. Moolah May's already there. Trish, I guess,
Trish, because
if she stays inactive.
Sure,
after-
Richtel's already in there, right? Richter
Yeah.
went in last year.
Yeah, Wendy Richter's already in.
Um,
Maybe something like Rock and Robin or like
Yeah.
Leilani
Velvet
Kai.
McIntyre,
Yeah.
Bull Nakano, or
That's a
Medusa.
possibility. That Medusa's a good possibility too.
China.
Depends on Triple H how he
No,
feels.
I don't know.
yeah, I agree with it depends on Triple H, but China's definitely deserving of it.
Oh,
Really?
no doubt. As much as Hulk will be aware.
Man,
Okay, Coco Bear,
Nah.
Beware being the
Yeah,
low
she's the
bar.
first ever woman IC champ in the Royal Rumble in the King of the Ring.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
she definitely
You're right.
qualified.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm
I
being.
mean, I'm not
shitty.
a fan either, but yeah,
I'm being
she
shitty. You're right.
does.
You're right.
Yeah.
Ivory. At least, like, if you start inducting
Well,
Attitude Era wrestlers,
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it could.
I don't know. I don't.
Trish
That's a tough
probably.
I don't dislike Ivory or anything, but Trish is alive. I see Lita being in it,
Leave it
but I
to
really don't know.
maybe not Ivory.
Maybe I don't think.
Well, the funny thing about
I think
Ivory is that even if they did it, even though she's kind of deserving of it by her record, it's almost like one of those characters that you'd be like,
Maybe
Ivory? Oh yeah, I
Well, it's
remember
someone
her.
like Precious or Baby Doll or something like
Yeah,
that
that'd be
too.
cool
But-
too.
That's true too.
Yeah. Actually, you mentioned Medusa. As her throwing the title belt in the trash on Night Show burned her chances at that.
Nah, worse people came back.
True. Yeah, if you get Bret Hart and Superstar Graham, you can get Medusa.
Yeah, I don't think Vince cares now.
Okay. The celebrity I said earlier, I'm gonna go with David Arquette.
Yeah, definitely. And Lawrence Taylor. If
They are
there's-
kind of running out of
Lawrence Taylor, if there's no like heat behind him, because didn't like in the news or.
Maybe I think having
Some
sex with an
crap.
underage prostitute. in
That's what it
jail
was.
recently,
That's
yeah.
what it was. Yeah.
That might stop him. So,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then again, it depends on how many years pass.
Oh, I'm saying next year.
Yeah.
Okay. A popular, just not quite as popular as the headliner, but still popular, like the Jim Duggan this year.
Oh,
Just name
something
somebody.
like that.
Jake Roberts.
Yeah, but I can see if DiBiase could be a headliner, Jake Roberts could be a headliner.
Yeah, Jake back in top.
Did Jake Roberts? He officially retires this year, right?
Yeah.
So if he stays retired and he doesn't,
But if all he's doing these nickel and dime shows stuff like that, I don't think that would matter to Vince.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
but
that's
maybe
true.
what I'm saying is maybe that is a consideration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I could see, but Jake definitely deserves it. But I could see Jake if DiBiase was a headliner, I can definitely see Jake being a headliner.
Yeah, that's true too. How about the Honky Tonk Man?
Oh yeah, he deserves it too. But I don't think he would be a headliner, but he could be that.
No,
Duggan
the
part.
Jim Duggan role, yeah.
And that's on my mind. Then I just forgot about it. Bam Bam Bigelow.
No doubt. Actually, there's a category I haven't thought. Somebody did.
I don't even think they have one there really. But,
Well, Hawk this year.
well, yeah, but I don't know if that was a recurring theme on purpose or not.
Well, they usually keep it to one.
Yeah,
Okay, and
Owen Hart.
Owen
Owen
Hart.
Hart.
Depends on his wife.
it had got a lot to do with it.
Yeah. Like she doesn't
Just
want
give her
anything to
money.
do- Yeah, really. That's all she wants. But, okay, and the international star that's probably done very little for Vince, but has still made an impact. What do you think of that?
Oh,
Like Abdullah.
like a
Right.
duel. Oh, okay. I was thinking different
How about,
qualifiers again.
because he helped revolutionize cruiserweight wrestling, was on in WCW run, Jushin Liger.
Oh yeah,
Just
yeah,
like
yeah.
say, well, or Great Muta is another one too.
Yeah.
Great Muta would be a good
But
choice.
someone who's never worked for him, but essentially,
He's done a
internationally
lot.
speaking, he's done a lot. He's even done a lot in the U.S.
And he's not against, Jushin Liger's not against the WWE either,
Is that
because
something I
actually,
know? Yeah,
yeah, he
is,
was last
isn't
year.
Yeah.
Liger said in a shoot interview he would go to the WWE if given a chance, so
Yeah.
maybe I think he'd accept a Hall of Fame induction.
Oh, for sure.
Carlos
Anything
Colon
else
is
that he's
possible
put-
there.
Carlos Colon's a good idea too.
Carlos, he could be the promoter too.
Actually, it's
Yeah.
popped in my head too if they induct the British Bulldogs Tiger Mask.
Yeah.
Or Misawa Tiger Mask too, for his legendary status too. I know he died last year or the year before, but
I know it doesn't fit
Which
the category we're talking, but Big Man Vader definitely would
Vader.
fit.
That wouldn't be bad either.
Yeah.
I could deal with Vader.
He could be like the hacksaw part in that.
Yeah,
Vader.
but like he's another one of those cases where a career came to the WWE to die.
Yeah. Well, he
Yeah.
revitalized when he left. though.
He did. Like I mean, I know when his career in Japan WCW was enough to get him in alone, but he had good moments in WWE before.
Yeah, and in his WCW run,
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
he
the
did
guy was a great
he
monster.
headlined a couple pay-per-views against Shawn Michaels and stuff like that. So
actually just popped in my head too. The guy ripping you off, Neil Maskris.
oh yeah, just
Who?
No, yeah, who never heard of him?
yeah.
I think he might be a good
Daddy?
choice. He even had a brief WWF run against Superstar Graham fighting for the title, so
Yeah.
I mean, it's justifiable, and I think they brought him in for a Royal Rumble one year. If Drew Carey can get in by pairing out a Royal Rumble, then Neil Maskris can.
Do you ever think the last Live was a Bisco to be in the Hall of Fame?
I wouldn't mind,
Yeah.
but
If it happens, he has to go the same year Bruno Sammartino.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think it would be funny if they induct him before Bruno, just to piss off Bruno even more.
Yeah.
Because Bruno, I don't know what his problem is. I think he just wants to be paid.
And all they do is just promise, just give Larry a live mic and say, here you go.
Yeah. Actually, here's another name I'll throw out there. I'm just gonna throw some random names out now and see what you think. Bob Backlund.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Bob Backlund.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys who could go in at any time.
Just like
Yeah.
Kevin Nash too, if he's officially out of the
When
game.
he is.
Kevin Nash, yeah.
Who knows?
Kevin Nash he'll get there.
Gotta go
He's
Scott
doing
Hall.
that, Kevin Nash might qualify for next year because he's only doing a Legends contract.
Yeah.
And he knows. So.
You think he would go in as himself or the Outsiders as a group?
He'll go by himself.
Yeah.
Because Scott Hall can go in there by himself too.
I know he could. I don't think he will. I think if Scott Hall goes in there, he'll go in there as a group.
They're talking about having Nick Click at Mania because Sean Waltman's going to to the Hall of Fame, and Kevin Nash is going to the Hall of Fame to watch and so is Triple H to watch the HBK thing, right?
Yep.
And they asked about Scott Hall, and Hall said that he's not going to do it. He's going to stay home and watch it. So he's doing really good with staying clean, and that now he doesn't want to be in the party atmosphere and crash.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't blame him.
No,
That's
no,
smart
definitely
move.
not.
That's smart by
Smart
him.
move.
I'm glad he has that forethought. So there's our thoughts on the Hall of Fame this year. Actually, I'm going to throw a couple more names. Rick Martel.
Rick
Oh, yeah,
Martel,
for sure.
definitely
Well,
possibility.
yeah.
Where is he to now? What's he doing?
He's retired.
He's retired, but I remember seeing some promo for some YouTube show or something where he's talking about some indie fed where they had a Strike Force reunion. He's all like in his model gear. He's like, yeah, Strike Force. I thought that was pretty cool. Maybe Vince McMahon will want to take pokes at MMA and be like, we have Strike Force here. Here's Rick Martel and Tito Santana's inducting him.
That's funny.
Yeah, you never know.
Tito Santana.
He's already there.
Is he?
Yeah, he went in 2004, I believe. So
Ivan
Oh, I
Koloff?
totally missed that.
I don't know, but I'd like to see Nikita Koloff too.
He would be one of the guys, and same with Magnum TA, who never worked for Vince.
Yeah,
So,
that could be good.
because I'm not sure if Ivan's not in it, but he definitely deserves it too.
Yeah.
As
Over WWF World Champion.
As a team, Demolition
Oh yeah.
minus Crush, maybe, or with Crush.
Oh, it doesn't matter, because Crush was at the end of it. Even if it wasn't Crush, I don't think anyone would care. But if it's again same. Then again, if they did include Crush, I don't think anyone would care.
Yeah.
I don't think.
But
anyone
Demolition
cares.
definitely deserves being Road Warrior knockoffs or not. They had a good
Well,
run.
you got
Longest run ever.
and looking at where they what they did at the time they were there,
Yeah.
they were dominant.
Yeah.
They were on top
Popular.
for
Did you
years.
hear what
They were popular. They were hated.
a
you
while
name it.
back, Road Warrior Animal said about Demolition? He said that when Road Warrior showed up and you put the fight against Demolition, they pretty much squashed them.
Yeah.
And Animal didn't like how that went. He said they should have had us team with Demolition before they broke apart and
I
started
can't
beating
say I
up
would
each
have
other.
minded that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna another 3-person team, the Fabulous Freebirds. You know
Oh,
it's
yeah.
gonna be inevitable. Michael Hayes works for them.
Freebird's gotta come.
Yeah, Michael Hayes, like three of them themselves can go on their own.
Yeah.
But definitely
Which
see them
three?
as.
Which three?
Oh, I never thought about counting Jimmy Garvin, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Okay, so Buddy Roberts.
Buddy Roberts, yeah, definitely the older one.
Okay. I
Not,
see.
nothing, not against Jimmy Garvin.
No.
He's definitely got a Hall of Fame
He
career.
could probably go on himself anyway. So
But
I mean, the whole thing with his brother and the angle of Flair, I could see it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Sheepherders.
The Sheepherders.
Oh, yeah.
Why not?
oh yeah.
Coco Beware.
I said sheepherders. I meant it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bushwhackers.
no doubt.
Bushwhackers suck.
And I don't know if this has
Sheepherders are
anything to do with Jim Cornette, but the Midnight Express.
Midnight Express.
Oh, yeah.
You can't go wrong there.
Yeah.
Definitely. And that would be as a team, I think.
Yeah. Oh no.
Not that Bobby Eaton wouldn't deserve it on his own, but
Yeah, I was gonna say-
I don't think Stanley will get in by
That's what I was
himself.
gonna say. Which version?
Yeah. I can all three guys. Dennis Connery as well.
Yeah.
But Bobby Eaton can get it on his own. I don't think the other two can.
Bobby Eaton should go in as the single greatest tag team wrestler ever.
Next to Aaron Anderson.
Yeah.
No, ever. Aaron Anderson.
Put Aaron Anderson and Bobby Eaton in as a
Yeah.
tag team.
Speaking of the Midnight Express, Big Bubba, Ray Trailer, the Big Boss Man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'd see that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Boss Man.
just for Big Boss Man himself was over. I mean, he had a great feud with Hogan and stuff like that. He was good as a face.
If he was there in the same slot, let's say, as when Hogan was champ later on, a couple years down the road, and just as hated at that time, could have totally been world champ.
Probably. And also, speaking of the Big Boss Man, his partner in the Twin Towers is the One Man Gang, or Akeem.
Yeah, definitely. If he could be, he could qualify for that Hacksaw spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, actually, I'm going to throw one more out, then I'm going to call it, I think, Kamala.
Oh yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Iconic
almost
status.
Scary heel in his prime.
He had a good go in WWF too, in
And it's,
WWE.
with Junkyard Dog, his feud
Yeah.
there.
And Hogan and everything else.
Yeah.
But he'd be the same as Abdullah too, where he would announce all the territories, doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
No doubt. Okay, I think we're pretty close to our time now. So here we are, sign off from
And,
Peloton.
if you want to follow Brave Sir Robin, go to plentyoffish.com and type in his name.
Yes. Yeah, and also on Facebook, type in From Parts Unknown in the search engine, you'll find it. I'm also on Twitter at twitter.com/BraveSirRobinBP. I'm sure I'll provide links below anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, signing off. We may post some thoughts after WrestleMania anyway, so see you
And
then.
we might be drunk when we do it.
We might.
Might.
We will.
Yes.